Thank you for watching another informational video from SkyEye GPS. In this short video, we're going to talk a little bit about basic vehicle tracking and what our platform looks like when you're tracking your fleet of vehicles or even just your teenage driver. What you're seeing here is the main dashboard, which is what you would see when you log into our system. Right here, if you're a company, you would see all of the different groups that you might have that you would file your different vehicles in. For instance, if you had a group of service vehicles, they may be called the service group, or if you had a group of sales individuals, you might create a sales group, so on and so forth. All of those groups would show here, and then you'd be able to dial in and look at the platform by group, or you can simply track and see all of the groups at one time. So from here, we'll start tracking a unit. We're going to click on our tracking tab, and you can immediately see that we can see the vehicle here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. We can kind of see where that vehicle is currently. As you can see, there's a small little warning symbol here, yield sign if you will. That basically just means, and this is actually all programmable, we can change the look of this if necessary, but that basically tells us that the vehicle is stopped and it's not in motion, hasn't reported for a little while because the vehicle is stopped. If we go to our history tab, you'll see that we have a list of our vehicles here. Of course, the entire fleet would be listed here if you had more vehicles. Obviously, we just have one. But I want to take a look at the history of my fleet. Let's just say I want to take a look at what's happened today. So now I've actually pulled, or I can take a look at yesterday. Today's the 19th. If I want to see what happened yesterday, load in yesterday, and here's the vehicles that actually reported yesterday. I'm going to check here so that I want to see that vehicle. If there were more vehicles, I could actually check off the fact that I wanted to see all of the vehicles, and I wanted to see the routes of every vehicle that reported yesterday, or you could do 2 out of 5 or just 1, or however you want to do that. So as you can see, when I've selected my vehicle, all of my routing information, or all of the points where the vehicle reported yesterday is right here. Now this vehicle is set up to report about once per minute when it's moving. You can see when it was moving, here is where it went. I can also hit my play-by-play button, as I call it, and this will actually retrace the steps of exactly where the vehicle went that day. We'll let that go through a minute. We don't need to go do the entire route, but you can see that this will show you exactly where the vehicle traveled and the route that it took throughout the day. We'll pause that. We'll show our points again. And inside the points, if I wanted to say, okay, well, this person frequents this point quite often, what is this point? If I click on that point, it'll tell us where that location is. And even more, I can actually zoom down to my street level. And using the street view from Google Maps, I can actually see, and there's not a whole lot right here as you can see. Maybe this person was going to the lake, I don't know. But you can actually see the street view of where that exact point is. And if I go back in here, I can actually do a live tracker from this point. So right now I want to see where that vehicle is. And in this information you'll see I've got miles per hour, I've got the direction that this vehicle was headed. Now this is very basic information. It actually comes with the most basic of tracking packages, and any of this information can be set up to alert you. Say for instance, if you wanted to know anytime that this vehicle traveled over 50 miles an hour, you would actually get an email when this message popped up in the system saying that that driver on this day at this time traveled 52 miles per hour, so you'd be able to address that. Okay, so we're back at the main screen here, at the main tracking screen, where you can see all the points of where the vehicle that we're looking at reported on the day of the 18th. And we can actually take this information, dial in a little closer, and see what this looks like on a real landscape view. By clicking KML there, we can actually transport this information over to Google Earth, and it will automatically load, zoom you into the map, and show you exactly what that route looks like on a satellite imagery. So that completes our informational video on tracking vehicles. You can find more information, of course, at www.skyeyegps.com. where you can see other videos that will give you more information on the SkyEye GPS solutions. Or you can call the numbers or send an email to the information that's on the screen. Thank you so much for watching.